Okay, looks as though Facebook's got a couple of gremlins going on and it won't let me go live over in the group that I normally do, so I'm here on my page instead. Just bear with me while I just check the technology is actually working, and hopefully people will be able to find me. Okay, hello, it's 7th of November. It was a bit frosty this morning here, so that sort of autumny coldness has really sort of started kicking in now, and yeah, getting close to needing to put the heating on. We've got a big log burner, so actually at the moment we're just using that in the evening, so I don't think it'll be long though. Okay, so couple of things going on bear with me 2 seconds. The my other screen's telling me the video has ended. Let me just refresh that and see if it starts back up again. Oh yeah, it looks as though it's still going, so I really don't know what's going on with Facebook at the moment. It seems to be causing all sorts of problems. I don't know whether you've noticed, but the back key on the smartphones doesn't seem to be working either, which is very bizarre. It's only started in the last couple of days, and a number of other demonstrators have said they have the same problem, so I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so just a couple of things to let you know about. We have some new online releases, online exclusives released today. They're non-Christmas, so if you've had enough of Christmas already and want to look at some other stuff, then head over onto the online order it, well, the shop online on my workshop and that website even, and take a look at those. There's some quite nice ones. Furry Friends, I think one's called. That's really cute. But yeah, there's all sorts on there. There's papers, stamps, dies, punches, you know, the usual sort of stuff, and there's some new kits as well, so do take a look over there if you get a chance. Okay, other than that, there's the only other thing that's happening is on Saturday is going to be on stage at home. So if you signed up as a demonstrator last month, then you will obviously get all of your registration for that and the link to be able to go live on over the next few days before it happens. It starts at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got to prep some cardstock and stuff, but I'm looking forward to it. And we're using a suite of products that's from the new I've got to get the months right now, January to April mini catalogue, so that'll be good. Okay, so rather than me sitting here talking, I'll turn the camera around and show you the card we're going to make, or a version of the card we're going to make today, so just bear with me. Okay, so I don't know whether anyone is able to join. I did put a message over on my other Facebook group, so but if you are, then let me know. Put a comment in the comments field and let me know. Okay, so today's card is this double Z fold card. I made this for a card class I did early in October. It was a private card class for 2 ladies, and we had a great time making various cards, but this was the fun fold. And as you can see, there's lots of fiddly bits on it, but it's a really pretty card. So just pop that out the way, make sure I can find my measurements. Okay, so first of all we have Night of Navy cardstock. This one was done in Pretty Peacock, and then with this paper out of the Walk in the Forest DSP. So that's mainly Night of Navy and, not Night of Navy, sorry, Pretty Peacock and Balmy Blue, whereas today we're going to be using Night of Navy and Balmy Blue. Okay, so the main base is 11.5 inches long, which is 29.2 centimetres long by 4 inches or 10.1 centimetres. Then if you can see, I've already scored it, so it's scored in the middle at 5 3/4 of an inch, which is 14.6 centimetres. And then there's another score here which measures at 8 5/8 of an inch, or 21.9 centimetres. Okay, we've then got a strip that is 1.5 inches this way, otherwise it's exactly the same. And it's scored exactly the same, so it's 3.9 centimetres wide, this one. It's scored in exactly the same places, so you could literally do it like that and then cut it. So yeah, so, but if you're doing it separately, then it's 1.5 inches and 11.5 inches long, which is 3.9 centimetres by 29.2 centimetres. And because it's going to be going this way round, or the opposite way round, if you see, I've got the small section there fixed onto the main base, and then the longer section is fixed just onto the smaller base. Okay, so it's scoring at 2 7/8 of an inch and 5 3/4, which is 7.4 centimetres and 14.6. Okay, so I'll just get my bone folder and just burnish these folds. So that's the way the bottom will go. And then the strip is this way. Okay, and as you can see, that will fit on there like that. You can make these with this strip being up here in the middle or wider. There's various variations on the internet nowadays. Okay, so that's that bit. We then have a white layer for the back. So as you'll see, I've put the layer that you write on the back of this card. And that is 5.5 inches by 3 3/4, which is 14 centimetres by 9.6 centimetres. And then onto the DSP. I've chosen to use this starry snowflakey paper from Beary Christmas Suite. So I've got one piece which is again 5.5 by 3 3/4, or 14 centimetres by 9.6. And then I've got two pieces that these are 3 3/4 inch by 2 5/8. So that's 9.6 centimetres by 6.7. And that will go on the back, so on the main base of the card. Now this piece here is 1 1/4 inches wide, which is 3.2 centimetres, and we need one piece at 5.5 inches or 14 centimetres, and then we need two pieces that are 2 5/8 of an inch, which is 6.7 centimetres. Okay, so that's our pattern paper and our cardstock all cut and scored in the right way. So I'm just going to layer these up before we start doing any stamping. There's quite a bit of stamping on this card, and quite a bit of die cut, well, more die cutting than anything, to be honest. But you can you can add fussy cut. Just want to move that down a bit before it dries. It's a bit too high. Okay, so you get the 1/8 of an inch border around the patterned paper. So that's the strip, and then this is the card base. Obviously, if you're doing if you're using patterned paper that's got that's directional, you need to obviously check that you're cutting it in the right way and then obviously sticking it in the right place. This one, because of it being the same all over, it's quite easy, though I have actually lined this up. More luck than judgment, I think, on that. I didn't actually look at it in order to do that. But yeah, so you just need to make sure that you've got the directional pattern right, and if it's like a seam like some of the papers are, that you've cut it in the right sequence, and then you stick it in the right places. Okay, so that's the main base, and then this bit here, the strip, is going to glue onto this one. So I'm just going to pop some glue on this end and glue it straight onto the base. Now I've only actually put glue on about 2/3 of that, this bit here, so that it I know that it won't be stuck further down. And then again gluing this strip here straight onto that end there. So that's the main structure of the card. So I'm going to pop that out the way for a moment, because we've now got various bits of stamping to do before I can cut any die cuts out. Okay, so I want some trees that I'm going to use. We are using this Merriest trees stamp set, and while I'm going to use this big tree stamp here, the dies line up with each individual layer, so you can cut them down. So we will be using slightly smaller ones and getting rid of this bit. But I need some in white, some stamped on white paper, and then some stamped onto balmy blue paper. So I'm just gonna do some of these, and again, as it is photopolymer stamps, you need to really have a mat or something underneath to give it that bit of cushion. So based on this, I want these two are on white, so I'm just gonna stamp that and pop that out the way. And then I want two bigger ones onto balmy blue. Like so. Oh. Pop that out the way. Let's just get rid of that. And then I need this sentiment. It says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." It's going to go inside the tree like this. So I can just, I want that ink pad again in a moment. I'm just going to get the Night of Navy, and then I'm just going to literally, if I bring this over, you can see it fits on there perfectly. So you can make up a mask or a template so that you get it in the middle. I'm going to stand up to do this bit because I do want it sort of straight. Okay, so that's that one. Put that over there. And then that will cut out from that in a moment. Last bit of stamping is going to be on the back. And the sentiment, I'm using everything on this one out of the Merriest Trees stamp set. On this one I used a sentiment and a snowflake from, I think it was the Beary, yeah, the Beary Cute stamp set. So I thought for today I will just stick to the one set. And this sentiment says, hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. So that's quite a nice sentiment. And then there's just these little, I don't know if you can see those, I'll show you them on here. There's like little snowflakes. And I'm just going to pop some of those in the corner just to brighten that up a bit. Okay, so as this bit is finished with, I'm just going to put some glue on and stick it on the back. Obviously make sure you've got the card at the right way, though, you know, all adds to the quirkiness of it. Okay, so that's the back. Now I just need to bring in the cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to use the mini one today because they will all fit through here. As long as I've cut my cardstock small enough, that's fine. So pop that one on there, and then it looks about straight from what I can see. Just run these all through, won't take long. Okay, so there's the first tree cut. Now again, this one I want two of the bits that are 4 layers, 4 sort of, yeah, layers I guess. With the mini I always find it a bit, it wriggles a bit. It might be me because I can't put a lot of pressure through my wrists, but what I have found, so there's the first one, is I've got a silicone mat on my desk, and that's really good for obviously keeping the desk clean and that, because it just wipes clean even if you put, you know, ink on it or glue, it just wipes off. But it also holds the holds this in place because it's really light, whereas the big cut and emboss machine is obviously a lot heavier, so you don't need to worry quite so much then that the actual machine holds itself. So, but I just picked this up off of that well-known online store that, you know, we all probably use far too much, but hey ho. Okay, so this bit here, I'm just going to literally trim a bit off because we want the bits on the bottom, so I want the actual dies to fit on, and there the next two smaller, so that's the one that I've been using. And now I've got this one and this smaller one, and again they just line up. They are designed so that they have a bit of a white edge around. Okay. It's always more nerve-wracking doing it on a video because could all go wrong and it could easily move. You can put a bit of washi tape or a post-it note, a sticky bit of a post-it note just to hold them in place. Okay, so there's the first one, that's the little diddy one, and that's the slightly bigger one. Right, so the next bit I need to just cut out now. It's going to be the stars, and so this is like, I don't know what it really is, whether it's beads or whether it's like strings of lights. I suppose you could put little blobs of the pearlized effects on there if you wanted to make it look like beads. And then I've got various different stars, because I'm putting different stars on different trees. So I'm just going to pop all those on together. So okay, so they'll come off. I've already got some bits here left over, so you can see my mat's quite well used, so it just need to pop them off there. And just quickly I need to run through another one of these. Okay, I can pop that back out the way. And I don't know whether you noticed, but in here I've got the little baubles, so I haven't had to cut any more of those out. But the die for that, you get 3 dies, and they each cut out 3, so you can cut 9 baubles out in one go, which is really good. Okay, so make sure I don't lose all my tiny dies. And then I'm just going to pop these out just so that we've got them all ready to go. Okay, so here are all of our trees. And on these you can see how I've decorated them. So I'm going to do a similar thing because that's what I've cut out really. So first of all I'm going to stick this little tiny star onto this one. So I'm just putting a really tiny little bit of glue on there. And popping that on. Okay, so that's one tree ready. And then we've got this little star to go on this one. So again, just a small blob of glue. I think it's got a bit of a bung in the end. I'll have to pull that out in a minute. There's quite a few different stars in this die set, so it's, you know, you can take a pick from. I got, oh, I think I need another one of those, but I'll do that in a moment. It's fine. Now this one, you've got, you could use that as it is, but it does also layer onto this, so it makes it really pretty. The only thing I will say is, because of it being shiny, it's quite slippy. So when you put your bit of glue on, you just need to have a bit of patience for a moment and just hold it in place. Just to make sure it lines up. So we've got another one of those. So it is just a tiny bit of glue. If you've got the fine glue with that needle point dispenser, you could use that as well. But I mean, this is the Tombow, works fine. Just don't want too much glue on it because you'll get it all over your hands. Okay, and there you go. I didn't have enough patience on that, so it came apart. Stick it back together. Okay, let me just cut one more of those other stars out very, very quickly. I should do it off camera just because it's just as easy, and it's probably quicker. There we go. Right, so this star is going on one of these trees, and then that's going on that one. And that's going on that one. Okay, so decorating wise, this tree here, I've literally just taken these and placed them. Doesn't matter whether it's how you do it really, however you like them. I tend to like them going side to side in like a bit of a zigzag. Bit like that. So again, you need just some tiny little dots of glue. Get rid of the bung out of the top of the glue. Another benefit of having this silicone mat is you could easily pop a little bit of glue onto the mat and just dip these in, or dip a pokey tool, or you take your pick tool into it and just apply small bits of glue that way. Okay, so that's the first one. Then could use tweezers maybe, if you find little things a bit fiddly, or you don't like getting gluey. You get some little craft tweezers that have got like a right angled head on them, which work really well for fiddly little bits. You can get those off of, again, that well-known online store, or any craft store, I should think. Okay, so there's that tree. Now this one in here, what I've done is, this bit is from the bigger area of the tree. It's just cut in half to make two bits, and then I've put some of the baubles on. So it's just really a case of trimming it. Find my little scissors. Just trimming it down to the size that you want it, really. Popping some glue on. And then again, just trim that little bit out. I think this die set is really pretty, because it has so many different little bits that you can use. Just pop that. And like where I've done these baubles all in silver, because that was the theme of my card, you can actually, there's a little stamp, so you can stamp them in any colour you want. And you could also, if you stamped them on white in one colour, you could also then add a colour to them as well. So yeah, you could even, pretty sure you would be able to Versamark the pattern and then colour on the back. Just depends on, how fiddly you like getting things, really, I guess. And I'm just going to use my take your pick tool just to help place these, and I'm just going to pop a small bit of glue and just, I think it's that way up, small bit of glue on there. Got some round ones as well somewhere. And I mean, you can stick as many of those on as you wish. I get a bit finicky about where I'm going to put something. I'm terrible with the tree. I let the kids decorate the tree, and then once they've gone to bed, I move it all round. It's thankfully now, I say thankfully, it used to be quite sweet, but you know, we don't have all of the handmade stuff from school hanging off of it anymore. They seem to prefer 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm just going to put 7 on. I'm going to stick with the odd numbers. They seem to prefer the more where I want to put it though. Put it there. That'll do. Yeah, they seem to prefer the more sort of grown-up trees now. So. Okay, so we've done all the sticking, all the stamping, so we now can just put the trees on. And this one here is just literally glued flat. On this bit. You can't see what I'm doing there now, can you? Move these trees out of the way a moment. Okay. If we open that back up. No, it's not going to stay. This one I've put on dimensionals. Just find my large dimensionals. Oh, they're small ones. Which have lots of, oh, I'll use small ones. I've got lots of those started for some reason. So I'm just going to dot a few dimensionals. You want to make sure that you use enough to hold it up so that it doesn't look as though it's sort of sagging or just, I wouldn't use this many of the larger ones. If you have problems taking the backs off, sometimes they can be a bit fiddly. Just sticking your nail into the middle tends to help lift them. Again, you could use the pointy end on your take the pick tool. These little ones are great, but they're a bit fiddly when you've got quite so many to do. Nearly done on those. It doesn't help, I don't think, when you've got sticky fingers, so... Okay, so I believe it's only something like 6.5 weeks now until Christmas. It seems to be going really quickly now. And so the kids have just gone back to school. And there's my bigger ones. We'll use the bigger ones. That was too time consuming. Yeah, kids have gone back to school, and they finish on the 22nd of December. So it's really, really close to Christmas this year. And they have a lot longer off after Christmas. So they go back on the 8th of January. So I'm quite looking forward to, now I've been talking, you see, and I've stuck those on, and I don't need them there. That's right. So I'm just going to pop that one there. And that one, just going to go down there. And then this one, can just sit on that side. So there it is, and then that's the back with some sticky glue on here. I just have to get the glue rubber and get that off. So we've got a starry snowflakey background, and the original one that I made in the with the trees. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little demonstration, and you have a go at making the cards yourself. They're really simple to make, and obviously you can decorate them any which way, and again great for any sort of party, any sort of occasion rather. I did make a friend of mine one for her 50th, so no doubt she will check this out at some point and have a go at making that herself. Okay, well, until next week, take care everyone, and I'll see you again. Bye.